You didn't know there's a place where Kentucky football and basketball fans unite. Welcome to Big Blue Breakdown. Whether you bleed blue or just love a good game, we've got the latest stories, hottest takes, and a whole lot of hometown pride. Hit play and join the conversation. This is your home for all things Kentucky sports.
Welcome into the Big Blue Breakdown, episode 66 here on the podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this one. Go ahead and help us out here on the YouTube channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, and also turn on the notifications. Help us out on Spotify as well by following and commenting there. Also, follow us on social media on TikTok, X, and Instagram. You're missing extra content if you don't do that. Today's episode, we'll be breaking down Mizzou's game, or South Carolina versus Mizzou, and then when we're talking about Sellers' breakdown, my breakdown on him, what I seen from him in the last game and this year so far, and then kind of like their schedule, what they've done up to this point, and kind of how they are looking coming into this game, and then what to like and not like about this team heading into the Kentucky matchup. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here to episode 66. Again, I'm your host, Jackson Thurman. Thank you guys so much. So happy to have you guys in here. This is a in enemy territory episode where we just talking specifically all about them so you guys can understand a lot more about this Gamecocks team. But with that being said, we'll be right back on here after we give you a quick word to our sponsor. Give you guys a quick word. I messed that up. Give a quick word to our sponsor, NW Energy. Make sure to use code BIGBLUE10 and get 10% off your order every time you use it, guys. Really, really helps the show. It helps them as well. It helps you guys. So do that, and we'll be right back on here to talk some South Carolina football. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in here, and we'll be right back on here on the Big Blue Breakdown, episode 66. Hello, everybody. We wanted to take a break in this episode to tell you about our friends over at W Energy. W is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like any other energy drink. Some facts about W. Number one, it's zero sugar, artificial colors, or dyes, or hidden ingredients. It is also gluten-free. Number two, all flavors are unique and custom made by W. You'll never taste anything like a W drink. Number three, the drinks are $1 less, guys. That is cheaper than Starbucks or any canned drink. Lastly, it is made in the U.S. It is close to home. Guys, if you guys are looking forward to going to a Kentucky football game or Kentucky basketball game and you need some energy, get W. W is the perfect thing for you working out and you need some energy. You need W. You need W throughout the day. It is for you. Use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off every single order. Guys, it not only just helps you guys be able to have a clean energy drink that you can use all the time with the tubs that they give you. It helps me and it helps the channel keep growing. And with you guys, if you guys do that, it helps us post more content and helps them, guys. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. But thank you guys so much for your time here. Please go check out Dubby. Check out their website. And when you are about to purchase something, use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off your order. Did not switch here. There we go. All right, welcome in, everybody, or back in. Let's go ahead and dive into South Carolina versus Missouri. And right here, South Carolina versus Missouri by the numbers. Let's go ahead and dive into this. South Carolina falls in their last game at number 20th ranked now. I believe at the time it was 23rd ranked Missouri. 29-20. The Gamecocks fall to 2-2 on the year, and Missouri moves up to 4-0 to start the season. First downs, 29 for Missouri, 15 for South Carolina. Total yards, 456 total yards for the Tigers and 293 for the Gamecocks. -9. -9 rushing yards for South Carolina is the number to really, really pay attention to and look at here. And it's simply because of the amount of sacks that this team let up and their inability right now to rush the football. They are ineffective to rush the football on the ground right now. On the other side, Missouri has an absolute tremendous running game, and they had 285 rushing yards in this one. Passing yards. This is one spot where South Carolina absolutely dominated, 302 to 171. Sellers had an amazing game. We're going to get into that just in a little bit, but Sellers had a very, very good game. But they had to rely on him, at least in my opinion, too much in this game. And they told him to put on the cape on the field. Put on the cape, and you go win us the ball game, Lenoris. He just came off an injury, guys. A head injury. And when he does what he does best in running the football, he wasn't able to do that. This was definitely the best game from Sellers this year, especially throwing the football. To me, what needs to be a little bit better from him is his deep ball accuracy. He had a couple of plays that were nice downfield, but overall his deep ball accuracy isn't the best right now. And at some points, it looked like the wide receivers were just lost downfield, and I think that has to fall back onto Shula. And this team, 20 is the number here. That is the most amount of points in the Shula offensive coordinator, in the Shula era on the offense. That is the most points that South Carolina has ever scored under him. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. They haven't scored above 20 points now. They average under him, I think, still 17 points. They haven't scored above 17 offensive points while he has been, or before this game, while he has been the offense coordinator. This is the most amount of points they have scored while he has been the offense coordinator. And -9 rushing yards is absolutely abysmal. The passing game was there, but Missouri just made them one-dimensional. And they had to give Lenoris the cape, and he didn't have enough around him. And again, he's banged up right now. He didn't have enough around him. He's banged up. Played a very, very good game, but he just couldn't get it done on his own. As we dive back in here, Missouri controlled the time of possession in this game, and that's going to be a big factor for the South Carolina-Kentucky game, is who is going to control the pace and make one or the other play their type of game. Time of possession, 35-17 for Missouri, 24-43 for South Carolina. Missouri had one turnover, one pick from Bo Perbula, and on the other hand, South Carolina had 0 turnovers. Now, I know they had 0 turnovers. This team was penalized a crap ton. They literally just, in their games, they have just shot themselves in the foot over and over and over and over again with penalties. Not just that, the offensive line looks terrible for South Carolina right now. And it doesn't look like they can stop the run on the defensive side as well. I don't know, but this right here is poor. Yes, they were in this game. Yes, they had really good moments. But it seemed like every time South Carolina took a step forward, they took 5 steps back. At one point, they were in the they were marching down the field. Maybe I've got to like the 25 or something, and ended up in a third and 36 because of penalties. This team consistently now, this year, I just dropped my pen. This team consistently now, this year, has simply just beat themselves over and over and over again. It has to suck for a South Carolina fan, for the South Carolina fans right now. And the thing I know it makes people frustrated is they had the ability to win this football game. They had the ability to win this football game. And that's the sad part. You come up short, right? You could have won this football game. It's the inability, and in this game specifically, it was the inability to make plays down the stretch. It was you constantly killing yourself, and you got out coached in this game. Shane Beamer, Shula, you got out coached in this game. Missouri didn't play their best game. Bo Prabula didn't play his best game. This offense for Missouri, what they leaned on in this game was the running game. And I know they have a really, really good running game, but they were really one-dimensional as well, and that was simply on the ground. How many pass yards? 171 for Bo Prabula. It's not bad, but you got dominated. You got dominated. I mean, 285 rushing yards, and the total was 456. Man, Missouri almost had as many rushing yards as South Carolina did total yards. Don't know. I do not know. And yes, the passing yards is different because total yards includes loss of yards and sacks. So this team, beat themselves. They had a chance to beat again, Missouri's a good team. You played them tough on the road. Not denying that at all. 1,000% you play this team tough on the road. But it's now 2 games in a row that you've lost. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and look at their schedule really quickly here, if I can pull it up. But I mean, you slipped twice now, and there is some glaring, and I mean absolutely glaring issues right now for this team. I gotta fix, I gotta fix this here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, you take care of business in the first couple games of the year. Not to mention, you score 17 offensive points against Virginia Tech. You score 17 offensive points against South Carolina State. You score 7 against Vanderbilt, and you have your record night scoring 20 points against Missouri. This offense is simply right now not good at all. Not good at all. Yes, they were able to stay in this game. I think a reason for that was Lenore Sellers is an absolute amazing player. He can do it all for you. The wide receivers have to step up. Now, there was moments tonight that, like, Mazio Bennett looked good. Or not tonight, in the game against Missouri that night. Mazio Bennett looked good. Nick Harbor looked good. But there are too many glaring issues heading deeper into SEC play now to make me feel confident about this team. So where they sit now is not the greatest. Not at the greatest point right now. Simply to put it, the offensive line is horrific. With Lenore Sellers playing his best game of the year, they still came up short. They can't run the football. Wide receivers aren't stepping up right now for Lenore Sellers. The defensive line can't stop the run right now. And this team just consistently on both sides of the ball just kills themselves. And poor play calling and coaching. That is so many glaring issues right now that it's not even funny. It's not even funny. So many glaring issues for this team. But man, it doesn't get any easier. After I know I don't have it pulled up, but after Kentucky, you like go on the road to or you get LSU, and it's just going to be a tough road, especially after Kentucky. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm not making a prediction right now or anything. Kentucky has I don't want to say has a chance to win this football game on the road. Has a chance to win this football game on the road. What we have seen in the last two games is this team beats themselves. They are horrific on the offensive line, cannot run the football, cannot stop the run. And add on to that, as I said a million times, they beat themselves with poor coaching and penalties. It is bad right now. It is bad. I mean, where do I have them right now on my Week 5 power rankings here? Let's see this. Week 5 power rankings. I had them at 15. And the reason I have them at 15, guys, is because Arkansas is terrible. Arkansas lost to Memphis. Arkansas is terrible. Exclude them. South Carolina right now in my SEC power rankings is the worst team in the SEC. Glaring issues right now. Glaring. There's 16 right here in my most recent power rankings. Now that all can change. This team has loads and loads of talent. And it all starts with this guy right here. It all starts with Lenoris Sellers. 18 of 28. Best game of the year against the Missouri Tigers. 302 total yards in this game. Passing this game, 2 touchdowns. Plays his best game of the year. Has no help. They lose. He can't do it on his own in SEC play. He cannot. If they could have people step up around him, this team is dangerous. I don't think they're going to be able to fix the offensive line. I think the offensive line is going to have nights where they play better. There's going to be no permanent fix for this offensive line moving forward. He has no run game to help him. He has dudes in Rizul Fajon, and it's not. I'm trying to think. It's not Mazio Ben. It's a wide receiver. I'm pretty sure. I cannot think of the other guy. He has solid running backs. There's just nothing right now to help him out right now. The defense isn't helping him out. The play calling isn't helping him out. Offensive line isn't helping him out. He is absolutely phenomenal. If he can have guys step up around him, they can change everything. And they got a dude on the defense that is absolutely amazing in Dylan Stewart. Also, let me go and move into the defense. Yes, this dude is an absolute superstar. One of the best players in the country, in my opinion. Help around him is lacking poorly right now. Speaking on the defense. Tackling is a major issue right now for this defense. You can say this defense is definitely the strong point of this team. Missed tackles. Man, good Lord. It was bad. Missed tackles, broken tackles, however you want to put it. It was terrible. It was absolutely abysmal from this defense and missed tackles. So, that brings me to the last point of this episode here. What to like and what not to like about this team. Let's go ahead and let's talk positive, because we already know what my negatives are. Let's talk positive, and then we'll get into my negatives. And this is a perfect in enemy territory, really, really breaking them down here. This team has tons of talent. This team is the most talented team in 15 years in South Carolina, at South Carolina football. Goodness gracious, for South Carolina football. Okay, this team is just loaded with talent. Dylan Stewart, Nick Harbor, Norris Sellers, Rizul Fajon, Mazio Bennett. Really, really good corners. And a very, very solid special teams. Man, special teams is their calling card. Special teams is their best thing that they got. And they're not going to be able to win football games like that with just using special teams. Not going to happen. They can punt teams. They can punt to another team a lot. Sure. That'll really get you somewhere. But like, I know I know I'm just crapping on them. This team's loaded with talent. This team has the ability to turn it around and fix things. It all starts with the coaching. Shula has been terrible, right? But positives, gotta stick with positives here. This team has the overall talent to be very, very good. You have some of the best college football players in the country. That's the positives right now. That's positives for me. Other thing is, we have seen this before in a Shane Beamer team. Start off super slow, heat up at the end. That's another positive you can say here. Again, super talented roster, best roster you've had in 15 years. You got game-changing players on both sides of the ball, and usually this happens where they start super slow and they heat up at the end. What not to like about this team is the lack of support around their superstars. The offensive line is horrific. The running game right now is horrific. The lack of production around Lenora Sellers to help him out on the offensive is horrific. The play calling from Shula is horrific, and it's shown. 20 points is the most you can score since, let's see here. Let's see. Since this right here. His first game was against Illinois, 17. Scored 17 against Virginia Tech. Scored 17 against South Carolina State. Scored 7 against Vanderbilt. Scored 20 against Missouri. That's the best you can do with this talent. That is the best you can do. Wow. I mean, it's shown. That's what not to like. Other thing not to like is they can't stop the run, and they have tackling issues. A lot. Yes, there is, talent-wise, a lot to like, but there is an absolute ton more, at least in my opinion right now, to not like. This has been the in enemy territory episode where we truly go into this team, talk about their last game. We're going to continue this every Monday moving forward, where we really, really break down the team, talk about what they've done up to this point, how their last game went, and my overall, not really diving into small stats. Now I went over their last game stats, not really diving into really small details, just my overall kind of thoughts on them as of right now and how they're looking coming into the Kentucky game. But yes, this has been a very, very fun episode. Again, this is changeable. This is fixable. Glaring issues right now for the Gamecocks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 66 here on the Big Blue Breakdown. I'm your host, Jackson Thurman. Thank you guys again for tuning in here. Make sure to go follow us on social media, on TikTok, X, and Instagram. Help us out on Spotify and here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this one. And we will catch you guys tomorrow with a guest who is actually a South Carolina fan, been on the show before, but we're going to be breaking down these two teams, Kentucky versus South Carolina, statistically tomorrow, and kind of how they match up in that aspect, some trends and everything like that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this one. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and as always, go Cats.